Hey, this is Darren LaCroix with another public speaking tip for you. This is a technique that I learned partially watching Patricia Fripp and also from Jeffrey Gitomer, who said, "Before we get started," very powerful phrase. I took the principles I learned from them and I want you to see my live technique and how I put it to action so you can use the same principle. Not literally what I do, but the same idea to connect with your audience, because connecting is so important. Before we can educate, entertain, or inspire our audience, we need to connect first. So here's a great tool, technique to do that with. Now, when you watch this live clip, this is for a group of therapists that I'm teaching humor to. So you may not hear the audio great. It was designed for my own self-study purposes, but I thought it was a great example for you to see it in action. And see how before I get started, I actually stop and talk to the audience. Just very conversational and bring up specific conversations that I had with people just prior to the event and how I work that into creating a connection. Check it out. Before we get started, can we just talk? Is that cool? Do you mind? I flippin' love what you guys do. I think it's cool and it's underrated, and I love making people laugh. It's what I do for a living. I love training other speakers. It's what I do for a living. But this is special because I know you guys are out there doing the real work that matters in the world. Please give yourselves a round of applause. And raise your hand if you were here a year and a half ago when I was here. Well, for those of you who were here before, I'm going to go through some of the same exercises, but you're going to see them differently this year because you've had a whole different experience. Now raise your hand if you have never seen me before. It's an accountant-looking bald guy in the front of the room. Now, I went around and tried to say hello and welcome as many people as I could because I really appreciate what people can talk about. Michelle, right? Michelle, I love Michelle's honesty. When I was talking to Michelle, she told me that Monica never even mentioned what the day was about. And she just told you guys that it was a speaker going to speak for 3 hours. And she said, my reaction was, ugh. I love that honesty. I love that. Give it up for Michelle. I was going to do a really exciting, fun-filled presentation, but for you, I'm just going to make it really boring. I want to be here for you. So, and then, let's see, and then I tried to figure out a cool handout cover. What were your thoughts when you saw the cover of the handout? I want honesty here. Seriously. What went through your mind when you saw just the front cover? Yes, please.
I don't want to see those acronyms today.
I don't want to see those acronyms today. I love that. What else? Yes. You thought you were going to have 5 cups of coffee? That's what you... What's out? My favorite, though, was April. Where'd April go?
Right there.
April goes, she laughed and looked at all that. She said, you should have made the bottom line, you should have said, WTF. Did anybody else? Do you speak Cree?
I understand
Cree? How do you spell that?
C-R-E.
C-R-E-E. Did anyone else not know there was a language called Cree? And she understands it. How cool. I'm having trouble with English. I'm not even kidding. I'm dyslexic. I'm a writer. I write, but I have editors, thank goodness. But when I'm using spell check, I don't even get close enough for a suggestion. Some of you just get there. Thank you for showing up. Just at some point, the caffeine will kick So I hope that technique makes sense, and I hope you can find a way that you can incorporate that principle to create your connection first. So if you want to learn more from me, you might check out my Fast Start Pack. Just go to www.faststartpack.com. And remember, stage time.
Hey, it takes time. Stage time.